Hey, I'm Chann, and you're watching Made by Chann, and today I'm going to show you how I made this top, actually. So this is a Gertie Patreon pattern. It is the Joan wiggle dress, but you can also make it into a top with the sweetheart neckline. I have never made anything like this before. Because it's a Patreon pattern, I'm not going to show me cutting out the pieces because I don't want to give too much away because I do pay for the Patreon, so like... It's a vintage inspired silhouette, as all Gertie patterns are. It's got the Joan top or Joan wiggle dress because of Joan from Mad Men, so it's a bit more 60s, and I just, can you even? So I'm going to do a sewing blog and show you all how I made it. So this is my fabric. It is this very yummy berry stretch velvet. I've never worked with stretch velvet before, so this will be interesting. And then for lining, I'm using this coordinating power mesh. Never worked with power mesh before either, so this will be interesting. So I need to cut this out on a single pane, which I've already kind of pre-set up my fabric, or a single layer, not single pane. Let me cut it out and then we'll get to sewing. So I got everything cut out last night. This is not very aesthetic, but this is real life. And so I'm actually gonna work on the bottom of the blouse first and just pin all of the pieces together and sew them. This fabric sheds like crazy, so I'm trying to just deal with it as quick as possible. This is the front, or sorry, this is the bottom half of the top. I think it came out so pretty. I love this color so much. I think it's beautiful. So now I'm going to work on the sweetheart neckline and the top. So I've gathered up the front two pieces of the bust cup. I am going to sew a diagonal stitch to secure it, and then I think I sew the sleeves on. I think that's what's next. We'll see. I should probably look at the directions, but let's do that. I know this angle is weird, I'm sorry. So I was wrong. I pressed open the center seam after I sewed it. Just using a straight stitch, and then I now have to sew up the side seams of the top. So I'm gonna take my back piece, attach it to my front piece, just pin it on the side seams, and then I think you put the arms in. I'm pretty sure. I'm taking a little cookie and tea break. So I have sewed the side seams on my top. I also sewed the side seams on my sleeves. Now I just have to attach the sleeves to the top. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. So I'm gonna do that after the cookies. The sleeves are in, and the top half of the top is done. You can't really tell. I'll put an overlay in. Now I need to sew the lining. The lining is just the bust cups and the sleeves, and you do it the exact same way before you attach it to the top. So I'm going to do that really quickly, and then we'll reconvene. Sewed the lining and the neckline together. That was also awful. It just kept snagging my walking foot. I have my clear elastic. I'm going to attach it next to the line of stitching and sew it on the seam allowance, but not on the seam. And then allegedly, that's it for the top portion of the neckline. Allegedly. All right, I finished getting the lining into the top. And then I just basted it along the bottom edge, and now I'm going to attach the lining to, I'm going to attach the top portion of the top to the bottom portion, just matching up my seams, and then it's basically done. All that's left is hemming. I'll show you a flat lay before I hem it, and then I'll show it on me. Okay, everything, I tried it on. I took out about an inch from the side seam, both sides, because it was where the hip line started and it was way too big. Then I hemmed it, and I also hemmed my sleeves, so the top is done. Now we can do a reveal and I'll give you my final wrap-up thoughts. Alright, final wrap-up thoughts. I really like this. We had a lot of firsts here. I've never done a sweetheart neckline. I've never done off the shoulder. You can change the level of off the shoulder that it is. I was gonna wear it to Christmas and I just feel like there's a lot of cleavage for Christmas. So I changed my mind, but my cousins were like, you better wear that, girl. And I was like, not to Christmas with the family. So I didn't get to wear them, but I know I will wear this because I love it and I love how I feel in it. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. I had never worked with stretch velvet before. I've never worked with velvet, so that's a lie. Never worked with power mesh. The only thing I would do differently is probably not work with power mesh because it just makes the top so tight. But with the velvet, I had to do something because I couldn't use interfacing to stabilize the neckline. But I was so careful not to stretch out the neckline and I did it and I'm so happy. So I really like this top. And if you like it, please leave a comment down below. Tell me how you felt about this one. And don't forget to like the video. I'm trying to make the community grow. I'm really working on being consistent this year. I have pre-filmed so much, so I will be consistent for at least January and February. If you like this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.